Hi, everyone. It's me, Krylios, Team Racing Productions MC and producer. And welcome, Phil Thomas. Hey, Phil.
Hey, good afternoon.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's great to have you here with us. I'm excited to talk to you today. What I'd like to begin with actually is just having you tell the audience about yourself and give us a little bit about your background and experience.
Yes, my name is Phil Thomas. I've been involved for over a decade. I came back to the city in 2009 as a school teacher for 7 years. And during that time, I was elected as an ANC commissioner from 2010 to 2014, right here in the Palisades. And from there, I went on to being involved with my community association, as well as the Police Second District Citizens Advisory Council. Also, I ran for a state committee, the Democratic State Party, and won that, and been involved with that for over 7 years. And then I went on, I'm currently now the chair of the Ward 3 Democrats, as well as the chair of the Federation of Citizens Association or Community Associations. But
Awesome.
during my time as that as well, I left teaching after 7 years and went on to work for the district government, working for the executive, and was the Ward 3 liaison in the community. I wanted to serve the community where I live, and I accomplished a lot of big things that I hopefully can tell you about.
Awesome. So you've done a lot of work in Ward 3. And what was it about this election cycle that made you really want to decide, you know what, I want to throw my hat in the ring. I want to represent Ward 3 on the DC Council. Tell me about that decision and, why this was the best moment for that.
Yes. As you know, our current council member decided not to run about a month ago. So it was an open seat. When she announced that she was not going to run, my phone was blowing up and people were encouraging me to get in the race. Um, as somebody who recently got married less than a year ago, I had to talk to my
Mhm.
wife to make sure it was the right decision. I also had to call around to different stakeholders and different people in the community that I knew and built relationships with to see if I had a pathway forward, and see if I could really win, which I can. And then I decided to jump in the race and give it and leave my government job and be a full-time candidate and uh, hopefully win this thing.
Awesome, awesome. Well, of course, working in Ward 3 for such a long time and, doing so many things in this space, there must be some issues or challenges or things that you've noticed in your time. So expound on some of those a little, those challenges and issues that you'd love to address and tackle if elected to the DC Council.
Yes. So I'm running because even though Ward 3 is great, we still have more work to do. I want to care for the most vulnerable in our community, our seniors, which I'm proposing a brick and mortar senior wellness center, someplace that is metro accessible and ADA accessible, ADA compliant. As somebody who stood on the shoulders of people that came before me, I think we definitely need to take care of our senior population. I also want to take care of our children and relieve overcrowding in Ward 3. I know childcare is a big issue, even though I don't have children currently. Hopefully, one day. We need to cut down on child costs as well as relieve overcrowding in Ward 3. And I think that's not just a Ward 3 focus issue, it's a city issue as well. If we can grow schools outside of Ward 3 as well, maybe that would relieve some of our overcrowding as well. And as well, I want to drive down crime and increase transportation, public transportation. I'm in favor of more police officers, more of a police presence, but also invest in other means of public safety, like violent interrupters, um, as well as the safe passage program as well. And then transportation, as I heard from residents from Global Park to Chevy Chase about the lack of metro going on currently. I want to bring back metro lines and hopefully increase bike lanes where the community sees fit.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Phil, tell me, why are you the best choice to represent Ward 3 on the Council of the District of Columbia?
Yes, it's because I have community experience as somebody who's been involved for over a decade, from an ANC commissioner to now current chair of the Ward 3 Democrats. Somebody who has government experience working for the executive, and I also worked for a couple council members as well. So I know how government operates. And then I have proven results as well. So I've got the short-term family housing or the shelter in Ward 3 built when community and Ward 3 residents said that it was an outlandish idea of putting a shelter in Ward 3. I helped get the outdoor swimming pool at Hearst Elementary School, as well as done as well as got a dog park built at Hardy Recreation Center, as well as got my rec center remodeled in 2016 at the Palisades Recreation Center. So I have government experience, community experience, and proven results, and I'll be ready on day one to serve the community where I live.
I love that. I love that. So tell everyone when voting begins.
So voting begins actually on June 10th. Early voting starts from June 10th to June 19th. Um, Election day is on June 21st, that Tuesday. But I want to remind everybody out there that you'll get a mail-in ballot starting on May 16th. Will be sent out May 16th. And you can actually vote. The first day of actual voting will be May 27th is when they allow the drop boxes to open. You can drop your mail-in ballot in the boxes. And every DC resident will get a mail-in ballot.
Awesome, awesome. And we want to remind our viewers that to get prepared for these dates, before May 27, please, you can go to headcount.org to check your voter registration status. You can pledge to vote and register to vote. Once again, that's headcount.org. Make sure you're registered to vote before those dates. Phil, tell me, what is one of your favorite things about Ward 3?
My favorite thing about Ward 3 is I know we have our parks, as we have Global Archibald Park, Reservation 630 now. Used to be former Melvin Hazen Park. So I know we have great parks. I know we have great amenities as well, as we have restaurants, not just in the Palisades, but also in Spring Valley, in Tinleytown as well. But I say the most desirable thing in Ward 3 is the residents of Ward 3. As I leave, when I go on my morning walks, I talk to new residents and stop and talk to them. When I go for a run, I see new residents running, and they always speak to them if I'm not out of breath. And then also just going to community meetings as well and hearing both sides of the issues, which can be overwhelming at times. But just to see people's passion is why I love Ward 3.
Awesome, awesome. So Phil, how can people, find out more about you, keep up with what you're doing, keep up with, updates with the campaign, or donate and volunteer and support in any way?
Yes, absolutely. They can go to my website at philforward3.com. They can follow me on Twitter at philforward3dc, or follow me on Facebook and Instagram at philforward3. And also, if they see me in Ward 3 or around the city, I'm not limited to just Ward 3. Please speak and please say hello. And please tell your neighbors and your community members that you saw a young gentleman. I would say I'm still young. Phil Thomas on the Racine Show, and that you would like to meet me.
Awesome, awesome, Phil. Thanks so much for joining me today. By the way, everyone, the link to Phil Thomas's website will be in the description below, so you can go ahead and check that out right now. philforward3.com. That will be in the description below. Phil, thanks so much for taking some time out of your day to spend with me to talk about this. And I wish you the best of luck and much success on your campaign.
Thank you for having me. Tell Racine I said hello, please.
I certainly shall.
I
I
watch
certainly
all
shall.
your shows, honestly. I'm a
Oh,
fan.
thank you. That is great. Well, we love a fan. We love a fan. So it is great. It's great to have one here. Thanks so much, Phil. Have a great rest of your day. Those watching, please follow Team Racing Productions at Team Racing on all forms of social media. Like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. But most of all, thank you for watching. Bye, everyone.